Hey guys, Jasper here, and this is an update for my save editor for Avatar the game. Now, as you can see, I made a selection screen for the console. The Xbox 360 version works. The PC version, there's some bugs to fix out, and the PS3 version does not work currently. I'm still trying to figure out how the save files works. I've been an Xbox person my whole life, so trying to figure out how another console save file works is a little bit challenging. So, but for now, we're going to do the PC. We're going to go, as you can see, it looks a lot different. So I changed the color up a little bit, added way more tabs. So let's go to load file. And then we're going to go to this one. Loads it up. Everything's still the same, it's just colors have been changed and all that other stuff. Like highlight buttons have been changed to match more of the Avatar vibe, I guess you can say. Before we get started, this is going to be a in-depth I guess showcase of what the editor is right now currently. So we'll start with file operations. You have load save file, which we just did. You have view XML, save changes, it displays your save file number, what game time is, play time, and then environmental time, so what time it is actually in game. Now do note that this always defaults, so each level in the game has a .game.xml file that has a default hour and default minute as well. And that is always set to 11 for the hour and 30 for the minute. So it's always going to be, so every time you load into the game, it's always going to default back to that 11:30, which is why most levels don't have nighttime levels, and you have to sit there forever and ever and ever in order for it to change to nighttime. So I have tried to mess around with this, but it's unless we can find a way to repack the actual files, we won't be able to change it anytime soon. But so let's start with this one. So player stats, this is the first tab. You have character info, you have character name. Is it female? No. Is it male? Or face, it shows what face you have. So this is a first male. What side you're on, what body you're in, the location. I am going to update these because I just recently found in the game files all the coordinates to each map. So probably like in parentheses, I'm going to say like whatever map this is, that way you know where you're at, not just like numbers. Progress is player faction, so you're RDA. Total EP, you have 500,500. Now note that it says 500,000 for max EP. This is not the max that you can go to. This is the max. So for each faction, Navi and RDA, the RDA caps out at 390,000 or something like that. Navi, which caps out at 500,000. So what this will do is I just set it to 500,000. That way, if you decide to switch to pawns, because when you switch pawns, the amount of EP you have will carry over to that faction as well. So if you're at 389, it'll only get you, like if you swap bodies, it'll only unlock all the way up to however much XP that is. So like, since you have 500,000, there might be 4 levels you might be missing because you swap bodies. So that's why I just made it 500,000. Max out EP, I mean, I'm already maxed out, so it says your character already has the maximum amount. Recovery bits, so these are the little recovery that you can put. The max is 500, so anything above that doesn't really do anything. Like if you set it to like 900, which is 9, so the 0 is I don't, it's just something that's just there. But if you were to do 100, that's one full revive. Okay, each one. So don't pay attention to this 0. You want to set it to you want to pay attention to the first 2 digits is the only thing you care about. Okay, so then you have, so faction setting, I do need to change this. This is the conquest mini game. This is the RDA and this is the Navi side. So you can set this to 999999 if you want, or this one to 99999, whatever you want. But I do need to change the names to this. Gameplay settings, this is entity scanning, so this is right where you're able to scan stuff for the Pandorapedia and stuff like that. First person mode, this is a little wonky, but you can use it. The rumbling effect, I guess that's just like vibration. I haven't really tested this, but I don't like to play with vibration on. Navi cost reduction, so even though this is here and this is here, this is related to the conquest tab or the conquest minigame. I don't think this actually does anything, but I have to do more testing. I mean, you can set it to like 1,000 and maybe it drops the amount of troops you have to, the price for troops. And then obviously character face right here. So then you have RDA loadout. So this displays what you're currently holding, how much ammo it is, and if you want to set it to infinite ammo and what's in your clip. And then you have the headwear, torso, legs. So all of these are able to be changed. So I have I have the default RDA head, which is just a mask and no hat or anything. And then I also figured out the DLC items and weapons and stuff like that. So these are all the DLC armor pieces right here. There's only 2 for the RDA. Same thing for like the weapons, dual wasp pistols, dual warlock pistols, standard issue rifle, the DLC one, shotgun, DLC shotgun, all the DLC weapons and stuff like that are here. So now do note that only for Xbox only right now, the DLC weapons and armor work 100%. But for PC, for some reason there's something going on that I still need to figure out, where it's like it's not giving you the actual it's not giving you them, like they just don't show up. So I need to figure that out. But you can reset weapon types just in case you need to, because I know just maybe something happens, you can reset them to what they originally are. Remove duplicate items, so this is here as a just in case. So like let's say you add like your level, like you just started in like the beginning of the game and you want the combat shotgun 4, but you don't get it till like level 13 or whatever it is. If you give it to yourself, it'll give it to you, it'll add it to your possessions, but when you get to that level and you unlock that shotgun, it might add it, it might give it to you again. So when that happens, you just come over here and just remove the duplicated item. So the best thing to do is just max out your EP, that way you unlock it all legitly, and then you could swap between them. And then this button adds all the RDA weapons and armors to your character. And then now the Navi loadout, same thing. It's exactly the same as the RDA. Has all the DLC weapons and stuff like that. Has all the DLC armor and stuff like that. So same thing, reset weapon ammo types, remove duplicate items, and then add all Navi DLC. So infinite ammo, what clip size and stuff like that. So all of this is the player stat tab. And then you have the territory control. So this is the conquest mini game right here. All of these are little conquest stuff. These are all the territories right here. So as you can see, these are the territories that are first, there first, that nobody has, that when you start out. This is your home base right here. So since I am sided with the RDA, number 2 is RDA, so the faction 1 is Navi, 2 is RDA, and 4 is undecided. You have your base units right here, which are just standard. You need to have you need to have troops in order for base units to work correctly. How many ground units you have and how many air units you have. Is this a home base? Yes, because this is your home base. And then you have, so for the Navi, this is the Navi home base right here. Then you have the factory. Does it have a factory? Defense flags, and have you taken control of it? So the defense flags are these right here. So defense from foot troops, defense from ground units, defense from air units. Okay, and each one of these has a different value that it's assigned to, and where it's able to max out right here. So you see some are 3s, some are 4, some are 3, and the max is 7. So all of these add up to 7. But if you click on a tab, you can right here, so Navi, it says everything about the tab. Navi, base units, how many troops you have, how many ground units, air units, home base, factory, have you taken control? No. I need to change this option to say no or yes. But then you can add defense flags right here, defense from ground, defense from air units, and if you click all of these, they add to a specific value of 7, which is the max. But I don't want to do that. You can apply changes or you can reset back to original. Hard mode. So hard mode adds a ton of troops to all of the opposing factions. So if you click it, it says warning, do not use hard mode if you have not picked a faction yet. So if you are in the undecided phase and you have not made it past the mission, the choice, it's not recommended to do this because you won't even be able to access it until later anyway. So hard mode will add additional units to the opposing faction territories. Do you wish to continue? And you say yes. And it adds, it tells you what it adds. So it says all hard mode applied to 63 territories in the opposing faction 1, which is Navi, because you were 2. So it added units per territory. So it added 3,000 extra troops. It added 20 ground units and it added 10 air units, and it gave them all defense flags and it gave them all factories. Okay, so now this is significantly harder now. Okay, and then you click save, it loads, and you're fine to go play that if you want. So achievements, there's still some kinks to be worked out here, but these are all the achievements in the game. And ideally, if you were to complete them all, even though it says complete all achievements, I don't know if it actually completes them all because I have all the achievements already. So finding this out, I would need like to make a new account or whatever. But anyway, this is all this is right here. This is still a work in progress. The navigation tab right here, this shows you all the maps that are in the game, and there's not really this many, so I need to redo it, but it basically shows you all the maps and all the checkpoints and stuff like that. Like some of these are in some of these are in the same map, but the way I just set it up, it's not displaying correctly, so I need to set it up. I need to probably redo this whole tab right here. Pandorapedia, you have, this is one of the big ones that everybody was asking about. You have the article ID and you have the status. So as you can see, you have some that are seen. So discovered and not seen is like it adds that like highlight orange stars, that symbol, whatever, before you discover something, and you view it. You have to go view it in order to make it go away. So that's basically what I did. Like some of these are seen, some of these are not seen. So, and then you discover all articles, it'll automatically put them to not seen. So this is the mission tabs that you have right here, and this is these are all the missions in the game. Now I had like an AI generate all these names, so most of these are incorrect, but I'm currently working on a save file where I'm going through, and every time I get a new mission, I'll come here and I'll change the name of it. So some of these are incorrect and some of these are correct. Map pins, still unsure of what these are, but I believe these are the challenges that are in each map. But like I said, some of these will have to be fixed, and all the names and locations are generated. So these are the sound files that you've heard so far that are in your save file. Tutorial database, so these are all the tutorials and stuff like that. Again, these are generated, so the naming may not be correct. Vehicle knowledge, these are the vehicles in the game. Some of these are correct, some of these are not correct. Like I have a gator here and a gator here, so I need to run through. Like these are also generated, so these are most likely not correct. Skills, these are all the skills that are used in the game by you or by other people, or by like NPCs and stuff, or animals or whatever. So as you can see, like there's a bunch of stuff right here. Then these are also generated as well. But if you go to XML viewer, this is still the same. Displays all your stuff and all the territory IDs and stuff like that. This just prints it in a pretty XML format where you can look at all your stuff if you need to. like sound ID. It converts them all to names and stuff. Like possessions right here. These are all your possessions that you have. These are each items and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for this save editor. Like I said, it's done. It works for Xbox 360 100%. There's just bugs to finish right now. Like everything in the save file is being displayed. So it's just polishing it up and fixing bugs from here on out. But yeah, so alright guys, like, subscribe, share, and have a good one.